Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us from the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. I'm Michael Artsis, and we're here on the digital signage stage in the Digital Signage Pavilion for InfoComm. This is your live continuing official digital signage pavilion coverage for InfoComm on BeTerrific. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the Terrifics, and you make BeTerrific special. Join us on our Slack chat, beterrific.com/Slack. Enter your name and your email, and we will send you an invitation. You can have the conversation going in real time with yourself, with us, and with the other Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. All right, I've got Ed from Vaddio here. Vaddio is an amazing company. You guys make all sorts of great stuff, some telecommunication stuff, video conferencing stuff, broadcast cameras, corporate infrastructure, all sorts of really great stuff. Vaddio.com. Thanks so much for joining us, Ed. Before I continue, I must say that we are using your PTZ cameras, the RoboShot 12 and the RoboShot 30s. They are phenomenal. This is what we're using to do this broadcast. So we've got one guy using a joystick. He's PTZing these cameras, pan, tilting, and zooming. And we're able to dial in the colors, the temperature, all that stuff from back there, white balance.
With all these lights and everything.
All these lights and everything. And with one guy do a 4-camera live broadcast, and then we've got, you know, like a GoPro up on the top to give a wide shot and stuff like that. So we've got like 8 inputs on this thing.
Excellent.
And 4 of your cameras, it's unbelievable because also they're all over Cat 5e cable or Cat 6 cable, and these cables can be run forever pretty much.
Yeah, hundreds of feet.
Right. And then that goes back to turn into SDI at the end of the solution.
Good deal for broadcast quality work. Good deal.
So tell me about these cameras first of all.
Well, first of all, these cameras that you're using are the latest products that we have. They're called RoboShot. And they have their key feature for them is they have what's called trisynchronous motion. In other words, the pan, tilt, zoom capabilities of the camera all happen in sync, in parallel with each other. Older pan, tilt, zoom cameras, whenever one of your operators would pan the camera around, it would do pan first, then tilt, and then zoom. Whereas now it does it all together in a camera of this class, which gives it a very broadcast feel to it, because normally that's done by a manual operator that's doing all that when you see it on TV for a live production.
I've been so impressed by these cameras. I just can't say enough good things about them. Easy to set up. It took
easy to set up. That's the hallmark of what Vaddio is all about. It's taking the complexity of the installation and the complexity of the usage from the end user out of the equation so that anyone can do a reasonably good broadcast quality work for a reasonable price.
Yes, no, it's great. You guys have done a great job with it. It's a very reasonable price point. You've got the 30, which is a 30 times zoom, the 12, which is a 12 times zoom. We've got a mixture on the set. And we have this microphone here so people can ask questions. Let's just show the shot of the audience real quick. This is the desk cam. It's also, so the desk cam can do multiple functions. Number one, it can show the audience here, and if people can get up and ask questions at the microphone, and we can get them asking the questions. Then it can go to you and become a product shot camera. If you had a product here, we've had some people on before, to show off some products. It can also be an alternate angle for you if we want a very unflattering upshot of you. And then we've got the other cameras that are just tremendous, hanging from the truss here. From the truss, a wide shot, and then 2 close-ups, one for you and the other guests, and one for me.
And I noticed these cameras are upside down, and this camera is upside right, and yet all the images are coming out looking fine.
Yes. And we actually have a shot of Dave at the controls of Dave's our guy. And there he is right there. He's pan tilting and zooming.
Absolutely.
And that would be a GoPro camera getting Dave pan tilting and zooming. But you can see the 4 cameras in the stack. Those are the CCU units, is that correct?
That's correct. Those are the CCU units, and that's a production view controller that he's using to manage all the cameras with. Another Vaddio product.
Very nice. Look at Dave doing some modeling there. He's got a new career going. There's Vanna Kleinstein right there.
He does it with grace, just like Vanna.
He does, and he looks sharp doing it too. Have you ever seen a camera operator dress that well?
No, not anywhere near that well.
Yeah. I haven't either. So you guys do a bunch of other stuff, and we're going to have you guys on later throughout the week to talk about that stuff.
Okay, very good.
But you have a couple other PTZ cameras I want to talk about as well. So there are some that don't have to turn into SDI or HDMI. One thing we should get to is that the boxes, so those boxes are really intelligent. Why don't we talk about what those CCUs do? First of all, they output the video, they take it in through Ethernet, they output it to either SDI or HDMI, and then there are a bunch of other functions.
Sure. The primary use for the CCU is that every camera, even though they're the same model, every camera has some slight variation in how it responds to light and how the color of people's skins and their shirts will look as you move from camera to camera. And the purpose of the CCU is for a broadcast quality. When you move from one camera to the other, you would like the image to remain exactly the same. All the color, the way people see it on the screen should look exactly the same. And those CCUs allow you to calibrate each camera so that they all look exactly the same, which is very important in broadcast quality.
Yeah, it is, and we're able to paint the cameras, which is really good, and do all sorts of other things. So then you've got other PTZ cameras.
We have other, yes. Well, the other pan tilt zoom cameras, in the Pro AV industry, there are multiple interfaces. Sometimes people want HDMI, sometimes they want SDI, sometimes they want USB, and sometimes they want IP out of the camera. And so all the various cameras are being implemented for a particular targeted market that they're targeted at, and normally that has something to do with the I/O, the way you actually interface with it. Various people's installations vary, and so our solutions obviously are catered to support that.
Talk about Vaddio, how the company started.
Well, the company started by Rob Sheely and Tom Mingo. They were founders of the company. The very entrepreneurial spirited companies. It has a long history. It's been around for 10 plus years or so. The company's most successful endeavor that it's made is taking complex technology with cameras and audio and doing solutions for it that takes the complexity of the installation out. We have the ability for you to run long cable links with very limited cable using industry standard Cat5, which sounds like a relatively easy thing to do, but it turns out it's a very powerful solution that makes our products and our solutions very user-friendly with the resellers who are having to install them, and then the actual UI and how you use them for the end-user operators.
Very, very cool stuff. I love it. Vaddio.com.
Vaddio.com.
How did you get to the company?
I came to the company about a year ago, and Tom and Rob decided they wanted to retire, and so they were looking for someone whom they thought could carry the spirit of the company forward. We met, and we all hit it off really well. And so
has that been? I mean, with great opportunity, you're bestowed great responsibility too. Right. Has that been a little challenging in that respect?
No, the team at Vaddio is a very motivated team. There's a lot of Pro AV enthusiasts in the company, and so there's a lot of positive energy around this whole industry. A lot of people that work in it have been in it for a long time, such as myself. And so it's a very fun job, and it's fun dealing with our dealers and our end users.
Your team is so amazing. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about them.
Good.
Especially because, like, we were here waiting forever for the pipes to hang the to mount the cameras from.
Okay.
And so they would come by and hang out for a few minutes, then come back. And they were just amazing. They're great people. They helped us with everything. Right. They said maybe we should actually put a couple of RoboShot 12s in because we're supposed to only have RoboShot 30s.
Okay.
Right. And they were just fun to talk to. Right. Working with Haley and Darren and all of them has just been amazing. They're
good.
I mean, Haley, I can't say enough good things about her, and Darren. They're just amazing people, and they've been spectacular. Right. And we just have loved working with you guys.
Right. And if you haven't seen the booth, you ought to come over and look at it. Anyone who hasn't been there, Haley's responsible for setting it up. I think you'll find it's a very creative and informative area to find out everything you would ever want to know about Vaddio.
Yeah, it is an awesome booth that shows all your products off. There are so many products I look through your category and I want to get, and I have we have to talk about that in future days because you'll be on multiple times. But I think that like these are definite because we do this live mobile broadcast all the time, right? And most times we don't have as elaborate a setup as this. This is a wonderful setup and it's perfect for this, but it's also perfect for our mobile pop-up set. We have this easy up tent that we set up. That it's really cool. So BeTerrific shows up at CES or at Comic-Con or one of these other events, and we've got this easy up thing that's branded. So first of all, it gives us aerial branding. Second of all, it shields us from the sun, the heat, or the ugly light of a convention center, and gives us a place to hang our cameras and our lights from, and a production hub. And then we can set up our set like this in there, and it works really nice. And I think it would be really awesome to bring out some of these PTZs in that setup.
Absolutely.
And because otherwise guys are walking around and moving cameras and touching cameras. It's a perfect example of where you can do it in a quick, because that's a quick, that's got to go up quickly.
Absolutely.
Easy setup.
It's an easy setup. It gives you a CNN or a Fox broadcast type quality for a quick setup, makes a relatively small operation appear like a major production house. And
right.
That's a very exciting feature
which
that we offer.
It's doing here now,
right.
but it can do it on an even smaller scale, which I think is really remarkable. And there are so many broadcasters that go to football training camps, or they set up because of a breaking news or some other thing, that to be able to set these up, set that pop-up up and have a home base is really quickly is pretty cool.
Absolutely. It is cool, and we're excited about it. We got a lot of good ideas going forward where we're just going to build on it.
Yeah.
So it's going
what other applications do you see the other PTZs used for? It's really for teleconferencing and also security, or can you use it for a bunch of other things?
The primary use for it is things like you just described in house of worships, education for corporations. It's used in medical worlds where they want to film an operating room and things of that nature. And then we've leveraged off of that, taking advantage of in the unified communication space, how the software codec market has started taking off. And we offer, utilizing our skill sets in high quality video and high quality audio, we're building cameras that will work with just about anyone's software codec, and you will get a production class audio video experience with a software codec implementation, which has historically been thought of as you had to buy some high-end product from either Polycom or Cisco in order to get that experience. Now you can do it with Vaddio's cameras and our audio solutions using any of the industry standard software codecs that are available today.
Ed, thank you so much. I think it's terrific stuff. I can't say enough good things about the people, which tell me I can't say enough good things about the company, which was going to be my next comment anyway, but it starts with the people.
That's
You've got great people, great tech, a great company, great vision, and great
exciting
products.
Space. That's right.
How could you beat that? Oh, I forgot, but wait, there's more. And I swear, this isn't like a infomercial, but seriously, you guys have great value.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you bringing all that out, and it is exciting, and the customers have responded well to it.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Ed, thank you so much. We'll see you or somebody from Vaddio tomorrow, and then Friday as well, to talk about other Vaddio products.
Very good.
I'm very excited about them, and you mentioned Polycom. One of those things that I'm most excited about is the speakerphone setups, because I love those things. I think we need them in every office, so we can have all these great communications. You need good microphones, good speakers. I know you guys are doing that, and you got it with the teleconferencing and the video conferencing and everything. So thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to having you on again soon. All right, and for you, we'll be back in just a jiffy, just a few seconds. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have something special for you right after that. This is your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015's Digital Signage Pavilion on the Digital Signage stage on BeTerrific. We're the official live coverage here. I am so excited about that. You're the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. We'll see you in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.